Good morning, everybody. Everybody, just Sarah. And now look at the little subscriber badge. Isn't it nice? I think it's worked really well. That's really nice. And we've got the lovely little live chat header and live chat that actually works because the header was there for Brokeback Mountain, but none of the chat was appearing on screen for Brokeback Mountain because I changed my Twitch name, didn't I? Changed my Twitch name, forgot to tell Streamlabs, and none of this worked for Brokeback Mountain, but no, it's working now. Also, little surprise at the end as well, but we'll wait to the end to do that one. So, hello, throwing a really quick one. Um, number 301. Now, 301 is important because 301 is the 70th film since we started in January. And because we've hit 301 and the 70th film, it means after this, we open up all the lists that have ever been. Okay, every version of the 1001 movies you must see before you die gets opened up. So rather it being 1001 films, we're going to be choosing from 1250-ish films, I think. But 1001 is still our total. So that means after I've seen this one, I'm going to add another 60 films to the total, which I've seen off the whole list. And I'll put it all on the socials so that you can, have a look. So after this one, we're going to jump up to 361, and the next one we do will be 362. How exciting is that? It's so exciting. It also opens up loads more films for us to watch. So, today we're going to do this. We're going to do, I'm going to go for Un Chien Andalou, or an Andalusian dog. Now, this is on YouTube. The book says it's only 16 minutes long, and YouTube reckons it's 21 minutes and 26 seconds long. So somebody's lying. There is a 16-minute version on. Well, you didn't make it, did you? So we've got to get them all out of the way. There is a 16-minute version on YouTube, but I thought I'd go for the longer one, so we'll see what happens. Do you know? I thought I was all ready. I was sat here all smug, right? All ready, everything posted on the socials, and then I realised I hadn't turned my lights on and I hadn't sorted out my earpiece with about 30 seconds to go as well. Film degree 101, right? So there we go. So Sarah's already warned me that this is. Would shit be the right word to use? But we'll see how it goes anyway. Right. So that's nice. I'm the wrong way. I'm really liking this header. It's like little things. It's got two viewers. Who is that second viewer? Hello. Right. So from the book, here we go. It does mean when we open up the full list, some of them won't have the entry for me to read out because they're from previous books, right? But anyway, Un Chien Andalou, an Andalusian dog. French, silent, 1928. It says the directorial debut of Louis, I'm going to go for Buñuel Jones. Collaborating with artist Salvador Dali, is etched into our consciousness of film history because of one image above all. It's the razor slicing open the eyeball. It's this one. Great. What is this? Shock tactic, symbol of a modernist vision, male aggression towards woman. For John Vigo, who held an Andalusian dog for its social consciousness, Buñuel's associative montage raised a philosophical query. Is it more dreadful than the spectacle of a cloud veiling a full moon? Yeah. One thing is certain, the image kicks off a classic surrealist parable of Eros, ever denied, ever frustrated by institutions and mores. Too often, because of its heavy influence on rock video, an Andalusian dog has been reduced to and recycled as a collection of disconnected, striking, incongruous images. Dead horse on a piano, ants in a hand. This overlooks what gives the work its cohering force. I mean, I'll be honest with you, kids, it sounds proper shit. The fact that in many ways Buñuel scrupulously respects certain conventions of classical continuity and linkage, creating a certain disquieting narrative sense amongst those fragments for the unconscious. That wasn't just words, that wasn't even a sentence. This is a dialectic of surface rationality versus deep churning forces from the id that the Buñuel would continue exploring to the very end of his career. The incoherence of this will still be better than the 1 hour and 43 minutes of vulnerability, quite possibly. According to Buñuel, the eyeball used in the notorious eye-slitting scene belonged to a dead calf. I didn't think they were slitting open a proper woman's eye. A proper woman. You know, meaning like a human woman. Like a woman. I don't... Bunel. I don't know. I'm just going to call him Dave. Right. Does it start with the eye slitting and we get it out of the way, or what? Let's do it. We could have never done this with a Canadian, could we? Ever. Right. So I've got it on YouTube. I've got it on the TV. 21 minutes, 26 seconds. I've passed the adverts. Are you past the adverts? You let me know. I'm past the adverts and I've pressed pause at the start. Let me know when you're ready. Are you ready? Right, okay, there we go. So, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and play. I like the cheeky French music. Oh, see, should just be 20 minutes of this, I reckon. I know, but you see, well, there you go. You don't like the and. It's the catchphrase, isn't it? That's how it works. She hates the She hates the and. She does. It's silent, right? So there's not much reading of subtitles. Oh, there's somebody called Bat Chef, though, in it. I assume he's Bruce Wayne's cook, isn't he? Oh, right, here we go. So do we start with the sharpening of the razor blades? Man having a smoke. This music, is this the original music? It seems quite cheery, this, for a eye-slitting moment. Ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da, bum, bum. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. I doubt it is. But it's far too... Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. Love it! Oh, here's the clouds over the moon. Oh, here we go. So the eye... Oh, so you... Oh. Oh! You can tell it's a dead calf's eye because you can see it's a bloody calf. That wasn't as hideous as I thought it was going to be. It's beautiful shots of what I'm assuming is France. With somebody, I'm assuming it's Paris, is it? It is very Addams Family ballroom music. Oh, mon chéri. The book said, well, according to the director, it was a dead calf's eye. Yeah, no, because you can quite clearly see he's holding a dead calf in his hand. Imagine, right, we just want you to cut open the dead calf's eye now. So you want me to do what? I've come to do my best, King Lear. No, just get the razor blade. She's supposed to be like looking out the window or something. Does it have a story? So there's like a fella. Right, okay. So we'll look out for the priest being dragged with a piano. Right, okay. So a fella's just fallen off his bike and a woman's looking out the window. He's got a really big bedroom, but a tiny bed. I mean, he's not even trying to get up. The guy's falling off his bike, resting his head on the curb, as you do. Which is lots of kisses. If you fall off your bike and hit your head on the curb. Opening a little box up. What's in the box? Half a pound of sausages. No. Three viewers. Hello, three viewers. There's nothing quite like confidence. Is that I think Michael Bay does something very similar every time he releases a Transformers movie, to be fair. They didn't hate it. It's short, isn't it? 20 minutes. What's to hate? So she's put some clothes on the bed. Bloody hell. Well, that's a cheery fact. Bloody hell. Oh, there's ants in a hand. It wasn't even. Was it a real hand? It's not a real hand, that is it? There's some quite romantic music here. But was that a real hand? It looked like a plastic hand. That's real armpit hair, definitely. We've lost a viewer. I don't blame you. I mean, now we've got severed hand, so it is incredibly Bakelite. Hello, hello, Canadian. Um, you'd have hated this straight off with the eye slitting scene. You've no sound on, have you? So you can't hear me. I mean, I don't really know what's going on. A man fell off his bike. There's a hand on the street. Very Addams Family again. For the casual viewer, what you've got to look out for is the comment or the post from Sarah that ultimately states to the world how fucking old I am. Right. So usually she does it by going, "Is this really old man here in this film? Yeah, it's really old fella with the grey hair who's walking with a stick." Only 38 when he made this. Right, so go, fucking hell, right, there you go. But sometimes what she'll do, she'll be a little bit more subtle. And she'll slip in something like this. Hey, Chris, do you remember when you were a teenager in the 90s, right? In the 1990s, last century? Well, that, right? That is as someone's just been run over by a car. Oh, she has. Christ. That, right, is as close to now as this really terrible silent film was the 1960s. You big old bastard. I'm upset, not because that woman's been run over by a car really slowly. We're back to the tango. I mean, he's just seen a woman get run over, and now he's like, he's feeling a bit horny, is he? I mean, how long did it take to make this? I'm assuming this 21-minute film took 21 minutes to make. Well, definitely horny as opposed to homicidal. Oh, hang on, where did the clothes go? What's that dripping down his face? Wow. Oh, no, it's a bum. No, it's. I don't know what's going on. This is rubbish. It's just typical Dali bollocks, isn't it? What's she going to do? Hit him with the barometer? What does she pick off the wall there? How can you not love him? He's got ants living in his hand. Ooh, she's seething. He has a bit of a Buster Keaton look about him, but I think only because he's pale and he's got a bit of a stern look. Right, so now we've got some dead horses on some pianos that he's pulling. Oh, there you go. Priests being pulled with the pianos. Um, I think they did whatever they could get their hands on. It's absolutely batshit, this. And not even in a good way. I mean, where did the dead horses on the piano? On the two, who needs two pianos anyway? Never mind putting dead horses on it. No, there's his anti-hand. That's a real hand, but that other one wasn't. It's like he can hear someone outside making cocktails and he's a little bit annoyed about it. I'm just. It's one of them, and it's like, of course, it's an important film. It was made in 1928. Salvador Dali had a hand in it. Of course, it's an important film, right? It's like a little work of art that one of our most lauded 20th century artists had a hand in. It doesn't stop it though from being shit. And I think there's an element, like you talked about, it's the most pretentious wank, and like film students get shown it and like, oh, blah, blah. I think you can show this and say, this is really important, and look at these, visual things and how they did bits and pieces, and Dali was involved, and still go, but everyone, still a load of old shit in it. Let's go and stand in the corner there. Oh, it was a tennis racket in one of those little funny, like, restring cases things that she took off the wall to batter him with. Do we know who this bloke is? Is this bloke going to end up being him? Yeah. Yeah, he is. He kind of turned round and then stopped. All my subtitles are in French. So it comes up in French, and then the subtitles underneath say exactly the same thing, more or less. So we've had a cow's eyeball sliced in half. Or perhaps that's what it is, that I'm not looking properly. We've had some dead horses. We're going to get some pigeons playing cards in a minute. We are European, goddammit. Here you go. Stand in the corner, then I'll give you a book. Who's he supposed to be? His twin brother, or his dad, or his... All right, Dogs Playing Poker came directly from this film. Yes, there we go. Inspired by this film. It's gone all soft focus, is he? Oh, there you go. Books turn into guns. Shot him. Oh, there's no blood. But he's dying anyway. It's taken him quite a while. Now he's outside and has fallen onto the back of a naked woman whilst dying. The music's great. It's just a pity it's attached to this, isn't it, really? And now some men are just looking at a naked woman in a field, I think. Oh no, it's not a naked woman at all, it's a dress woman. You'd have think it had been banned in the UK and the US just for being shite. But no. That's it, that's the review. It's just shite. It's like the Great Train Robbery has like a storyline to it. It's really basic, and the quality's not great because it's that old. But it has a storyline to it. Trip to the Moon has a storyline to it. The storyline appears to be Europeans should go and colonise everywhere and kill them. But it still has a storyline to it. Well, this is just, I don't know. Tell me that's the end, them carrying that woman off there. And it's just going to be like 3 minutes of credits. That's it, innit? No, it's not it. We're back to a door. Woman's coming again. We're back to the tango. I'm going to spend all day singing this tango, aren't I? You've misspelt rubbish there. Oh, it's a Silence of the Lambs moth with the old skull on the back of its head. Just in case you didn't know, we've zoomed up really tightly. Ba-ba-da. Doesn't mean anything. Just wiped his mouth off. Doesn't mean anything. Salvador Dali sat there and went, let's have a bloody good laugh. Let's just connect up loads of weird stuff. What can we do that's weird? No, all her underarm hairs disappeared. Shock horror. It's that same razor that they used to cut that eye open with. Now she's outside by the sea. In the background there, you can see Cary Grant and Marilyn Monroe filming Some Like It Hot. He's just shown her the time, and she's just gone, give us a kiss anyway. I like his tank top. It's very Granville out of Open All Hours. Good Granville, for fetch that calf's eye out the back. And they're walking along the edge of the water. I did mean that. I did mean Tony Curtis doing a Cary Grant impression. That's what I had in my head. I don't know why I said Cary Grant and Marilyn Monroe. Well, I do know, that's why. Idiot. When I kiss a girl, she stays kissed. I mean, it's a rocky beach, so I'm assuming it was filmed at Morecambe, this bit. You know, it's called an Andalusian dog, right? It's no dogs in it. It's not been a single dog, Andalusian or otherwise. I've seen more dogs in a Whiskers advert. It is a very David Jason tank top, that, circa 1983. That's it, innit? That's the end. Is that the end? No, it's not the end. We're back. We've just got them sticking out the sand now. Could nip me home. Duh. I think that is the end. That's the end, mate. Well, that was interesting. And by interesting, of course, what I mean is rubbish. Right, so from now on, at the end of a live event, with however many viewers that we have left at the time, which of course today is just you, Sarah. We have a new 1001 feature. Okay, let me just get this started. Has that worked? It has. So at the end of every live film, we're now going to rate the film. Okay, and then on my Letterboxd review, I'll put my star review, and I'll put the 1001 average. Now, of course, today the 1001 average will just be what you've given it, Sarah. So, in order to vote in the poll, the instructions are in the chat, but it took me ages to work out how to actually do it. You have to put exclamation mark, vote, then space, and then the number that you want to give it. So whatever's in brackets, I don't know how well you can tell that's an exclamation mark, but exclamation mark, vote, and then the number, and then obviously press send. And there we go. So it's got an average from our viewership of 3 stars, and I'll write that up in our Letterboxd review. So that's what we're doing from now on. So you go. That worked. That's all good. And that's us. That's us done. We're up to 301. We're going to skip to 362 by the next time we see you. 1001 stars. It does, doesn't it? I quite like how shit it sounds. That's why I did it. Right. So until next time, everyone. Thank you very much, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.